before the free show.
She's back, folks.
Never been more back. The most back.
Welcome back. We
Thanks.
missed you. Well,
Did you?
not we.
The royal we?
The royal we, I presume, missed you.
But not
I can't
you.
speak. I can only speak for myself when I'm just like, Mallory did a great job.
She always does.
Nothing wrong with that. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the pre-show before the free show. I am Greg. That is Ashley. We are back at full strength. We've killed off the power play, and we are back at full strength. That's a hockey reference to those at home. We're big hockey people around here. And now, this is also your Mother's Day post-game show. Mother's Day was yesterday. How was Trish's Mother's Day?
It was fantastic. Well, I'm hoping that it was fantastic. I had a blast.
I thought it was awesome. She was crying the whole time.
Every moment of it, but I loved it. I got brunch reservations for myself, my parents, my brother, and then my aunt and uncle who were in town for Jake's graduation.
The newly graduated Jake Pickle.
Yes, graduation on Saturday, including full graduation party with the family, and then a Sunday big Mother's Day. So we had brunch at 940's in Denton. If you haven't been, it's fantastic. But nice little brunch. And then we went over to Free Play on the Square.
Nice.
Which is an awesome arcade. And it's great. One, they were doing Mother's Get In free. So that rocks. Trish played in the arcade all day for free. So did KK, my aunt. Nice. And then, yeah, we went to Recycled Books. Trish got her some books, which rocks. And then they all went to go skating last night. I went home and went to bed because I was exhausted.
You're washed.
I am washed, and I was exhausted. So overall, it was great. It was the first time in a while that I've been able to spend Mother's Day with my mom, so that was really, really special to have the whole family up. But incredible weekend of celebration for the Pickles.
Fantastic,
so
yes. Congratulations to Jake.
How was your wife's?
It was good. I think we had a great time. I think she had a great time.
I talked to her yesterday. I told her Happy Mother's Day.
The afternoon, we went over to my brother and sister-in-law's house and hung out with the cousins and stuff, and they cooked. But before that, we were at home, and Hank got in his head that he wanted to do breakfast in bed for Mom.
Oh,
because
nice.
that's just a thing he's heard. And so
it's a good thing that he's heard it.
Right. And so she was like, okay, that's cool, but like, you're 5. How are you going to make breakfast?
Cereal.
And he was like, well, Daddy's going to take me to go get donuts.
Ah, there we
go.
go.
So we woke up, Hank rolled out of bed, and in his Mario jammies, we went over to the donut shop nearby. And let me tell you something, folks. The donut shop on Mother's Day morning.
Oh, my.
Hopping.
Oh, I bet.
Jumping. I mean, I've never, let me put it to you this way.
Were there a bunch of Mario jammies?
He was the only one in Mario jammies, but not the only one in jammies.
Okay.
I was also in jammies.
There was 2.
There were 2 of us. But let me put it to you this way. This is how crazy busy the donut shop is on Mother's Day. Okay. They were out of glazed donuts.
Oh my, that's like a prerequisite.
Imagine going to like McDonald's and them being like, sorry.
We're out of French fries.
Yeah. We're out of French fries, like the very basic thing, the most basic thing you can order.
That's like going to get coffee and them going, like, hey, we're out of coffee.
Out of coffee. Sorry, we don't have any cups.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it was wild, but we made do, and we came home. At that point, my wife was out of bed, and so she was like, "What about breakfast on the couch?" And they were good with that.
Okay.
And so,
well, good. At that point, Hank's a smart guy because he definitely realized, oh, I have donuts. Why does it matter where we eat them?
I've accomplished my mission of getting donuts and kind of filtering it through the idea of like, this is for Mom. So good job by him. But we had a very good time. We on Thursday or Friday, I don't remember which day it was. Hank and I ran to the store because we needed to go get Mommy's Mother's Day card. And so we went there, and of course Hank grabbed the card. And the first card he grabs, it's one of these like pop-up cards. It's got like cards are getting really intricate.
Oh man, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And of course he thinks this is the funniest thing I've ever seen, and I'm like, okay, well let me grab it. First of all, let me just cross-check it. And there are like multiple multiple other people in the aisle who are like looking at him and like smiling and laughing. about this, about the fact that my child has just grabbed a card and said, this is the one we need to get for mommy. And so I grab it just to cross-check it. Not that, whatever, but like basically just making sure that it wasn't like from your daughters. You know what I mean? Like it's like relevant. It's like to the best aunt ever. You know, it's like, that makes sense.
Yeah, some of them say grandma on
just content. And it was fine. And then I looked at the price.
Yeah, no. I have a hat.
Oh, we got it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I forked out the dough because Hank was just like, no, this is the card.
Oh, my.
Old man.
Man, I've got a hack for you. You know the best place to buy cards?
All right, here with a hack. Where?
The Dollar Tree.
My wife knows this.
Because they have the intricate cards, the ones that Hank's going to like with like the pop-out thing or whatever, like the 3D.
Fun, cutesy ones.
Yeah. Still $1. Doesn't matter what card you get. They have a huge slew of them. And they're the good cards.
I got for, let me do some quick math.
Like $7.
799% of that.
Jeez. That's just the worst. But yeah, I forgot. I got lucky. I was at the Dollar Tree to look for like something else like little for Jake's graduation party that we needed. And I stumbled across like good cards and I was like, oh my God, I forgot about this. So yeah, nailed everything. And two, gift bags and like tissue paper and stuff.
My wife is big on that.
Oh
She's
my.
like, you got to go there and get
Dollar Tree rocks.
Yeah. What is the statute of limitations on drawing your mom a gift like a card?
Oh, I don't think there's any statute of limitations.
Like you could do it yesterday if you wanted to.
I could because my mom would enjoy that more than a store-bought card. I think it depends on the mom.
Yeah.
Like,
that's interesting.
Is there a time where
like,
your mom's going to go like, oh, are they behind in their learning,
like,
you know?
Could I'm a father.
Yeah.
Could I do it for my mom? Like I could get out a piece of construction paper like Happy Mother's Day.
I feel like Miss Gay would like that, but I also feel like she would think from you it was a joke.
That's true. You got to read the room a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My mom loves that stuff. Like, I mean, that's why I feel like Jen would like it forever because she's a teacher. Like, if you're a teacher, you're cut from the same cloth if you like those handwritten cards, especially if you're an elementary school teacher, which my mom was. So it's like, she still likes stuff like that.
Anyway, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Shout out moms.
Shout out
You know who you are. Hit the theme expo. Yo! From the brand new Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas. It is Texas Football Today, a show that's had a good morning so far.
Yeah.
Been a fun morning.
Yeah.
I'll explain that in a minute. My name is Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine and TexasFootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, or you're listening to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support the little internet show that could. I'm sitting over there at the helm today, making it sound good. She's back. She's the Duchess of the Dorks. She's Miss 305. She's Ashley Pickle.
I knew there was no way that I was only getting one nickname today. I was like, I'm just going to sit here and wait until we get the rest of them.
Let it all flow.
Howdy, friends.
Welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Today is Monday, May 13th, 2024. 199 days until Thanksgiving.
How about that?
There you
Ooh,
go.
we're under 200.
Under 200. Happy birthday to Pusha T.
Nice.
And I would like to read directly from Pusha T's Wikipedia page.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Pusha T again. Because whenever I find a birthday, I want to make sure it's like, oh, is he secretly a monster? You know what I mean? Like you gotta keep your head on a swivel. So I'm always looking. A good way to do it is to go on Wikipedia and see if they have a controversies tab.
Oh no.
If they have a controversies tab, you might need to
avoid.
You might need to avoid it. But there's no controversies tab. There is one for feuds for Pusha T.
Okay.
Allow me to read this. In a June 2016 interview, former record executive Steve Stout claimed that Pusha T had allegedly written the McDonald's I'm Lovin' It jingle. Thornton, which is Pusha T's name, later confirmed the news on Twitter. However, this claim has been disputed by advertising executives who created the campaign and a McDonald's marketing executive. Neither Stout or Pusha T have commented on the dispute.
I don't know if it's more interesting that they thought he wrote the McDonald's theme or that it's actually Pusha Thornton.
I've got more.
Okay.
On March 21st, 2022, Pusha T recorded a freestyle for a commercial presented by fast food chain Arby's, naming it Spicy Fish Diss, aimed at rival fast food chain McDonald's. On the track, he states that their Filet-O-Fish sandwich was, quote, disgusting.
Ooh, wrong.
And states that Arby's fish sandwich is better. This was revenge toward the company for not crediting him for helping popularize the I'm Lovin' It advertising campaign.
That's
Folks,
amazing.
I'm here to tell you that Pusha T rocks.
Yeah. Also, doesn't your boy Bill Oakley rave?
He loves
consistently
the
about
Arby's fish sandwich.
Yeah.
He does. He loves the Arby's fish sandwich.
So
Texas Football Today's
Bill
own.
Oakley, Pusha Thornton.
There you go. Happy birthday, Pusha T. It's episode 1770. On today's show, folks, we got headlines from across state, including a strangely active group like Texas high school football coaching scene for this time of year, and some important 7-on-7 news. We'll get into that.
Chung chung.
And then back half of the show, we'll be joined by the head coach of the Frankston Indians. Coach Paul Gould will join us. Spoiler, I'm pretty bullish on Frankston heading into 2024. I think that they were better than their record indicated last year, and they bring back a lot. I'm very interested in Frankston. We'll talk with Coach Paul Gould coming up here in a moment, see if he agrees or if he thinks they're going to stink. I guess we'll find out coming up here at the back half of the program. Do we have first word through the door?
We sure do. It was Lyle Good, TJ Hudson, Daniel Agnew, jersey number 69,
Nice.
and an additional fun fact from Matt Stepp.
Yes.
Pusha T also outed Drake for being a deadbeat dad.
Oh.
So, man, he's just firing. Do not get in, like, the Hell Hath Fury line of Pusha T, or else you're going to get dissed.
Do you think we could book Pusha T?
I think that there's no harm in trying. The worst he can say is no.
Pusha T.
Or he could come on here and diss us, which would actually be the worst.
Yeah. I don't want to get dissed by Pusha T because he is a powerful, powerful man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But wouldn't it be cool if Texas Football Today made it in his song?
Oh, if we got.
Even if we just got absolutely wrecked, it would still be cool.
Yeah, you
like,
want to talk about earned media?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It doesn't matter what they say as long as they're talking. Am I right?
Funk Flex is talking about, be like, yeah, Pusha T really went in on this internet show.
Mediocre
Anyway.
at best.
Anyway, let's get to some headlines from across the state of Texas, and a few of them that are pretty notable. One of them, this is, I got a text from Matt Stepp this weekend, the aforementioned Matt Stepp, and he brought up, and I tend to agree with him, it's like it's a strangely active time of year right now for coaching changes across the state of Texas, because normally, this would be times, it's May, there's not a whole lot going on. Not the case so far. I bring to your attention 3 pretty big coaching changes from across the state. We will start in Beeville at Jones High School, as Beeville Jones is looking for a head coach, as Chris Souza has announced his retirement after a 39-year coaching run, including 28 as a head coach, 198 and 26 in his time there at Beeville Jones. Very interesting to see there. Typically, I will say, you may remember the last game that he won was against Cal Allen in the Air by-district round, and that was, I believe, the first time Cal Allen had won a playoff game in like 30 years or something. It's crazy. But Beeville Jones is now open. I will just say, typically, look internal for things like this, especially with retirements that somebody probably knew, and I would guess that there's probably going to be internal hire. So Beeville Jones is open. Orange Grove has made a hire. You may remember that Orange Grove came open earlier this year, and they have found their new head coach. They are bringing home one of their own, as Orange Grove graduate and Schertz Clemens head coach Jared Johnston is going to become their next athletic director and head coach. He's been at Clemson since 2012. He's been 67 and 62 in that time. Had a couple of really nice years, including back in 2015 when they went to the regional final. Now he's going home to be the new head coach at Mama was calling at Orange Grove. So he'll be the new head coach there, as Schertz Clemens is now looking for a new head coach. So keep an eye on that one. And finally, in the head coaching round, Cy Ranch has been open for a hot minute. You may remember. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Marcus Shavers leaves McKinney.
Yes.
Okay. As a result, they go and they pluck Nate Leonard from New Braunfels Canyon.
Yes.
Following me? Cy Ranch head coach Sean McAuliffe leaves Cy Ranch to go be the new head coach at New Braunfels Canyon.
Correct.
And now, Lubbock Estacado is open, as Will Blaylock has been named the new head coach.
Which is funny because those are like all very notable names.
Yes.
Like those are people that you should absolutely know their name.
And I want you to think about this. DFW, Central Texas, Houston, South Plains. Like we're just spanning the map here. Will Blaylock, of course, a former 40 under 40 representative. He's 17-8 overall in 2 seasons with the Matadors there at Lubbock Estacado. That'll be a hot job out there, but it's a big job to come open this late there at Estacado. But Will Blaylock will be the new head coach, reportedly, according to Matt Stepp at TexasFootball.com. He'll be the new head coach at Cy Ranch. So that is particularly notable. Okay. I had a couple of headlines, and they all kind of fell into the same kind of bucket. And so I kind of called it, nice little week for the Longhorns.
Yeah.
You know, nice little week for the Longhorns. We'll start with this. They got a really nice get in the transfer portal, and it's kind of a double dip for them, as they have picked up a transfer portal commitment. What are we calling that? Transfer portal commitment?
Sure.
Commitment out of the portal from Jermaine Lowell. Jermaine Lowell was one of the most sought-after players in the transfer portal, 6'3", 310-pound defensive tackle, who will probably go in and help fill the gap left by guys like Byron Murphy and Tavondre Sweat. This is a guy who was really big for Louisville last year, and more importantly, this is big for them because Oklahoma was considered the real heavy favorite for the services of Jermaine Lowell. But Jermaine Lowell is now moving into to Texas, going to take over as presumably one of their key pieces on the defensive line. So the Longhorns get the commitment out of the transfer portal from Jermaine Lowell. Elsewhere, and we posted this on TexasFootball.com. The early line is out for the revival of the Texas and A&M rivalry. The first line is out, you may remember, Thanksgiving weekend. It will be Texas at Texas A&M in their first game since 2012, I believe was the last time they played. Is that right?
No, 2011.
2011.
Yeah.
2012 was the first year they didn't play, yes. 2011. The line, Texas -4. Texas a 4-point favorite on the road at Kyle Field. Now, that tracks. Texas is going to come in with considerable hype. This is a team that played in the college football playoff last year and brings back their starting quarterback, brings back a number of important weapons from what they bring, from what their run last year. They are kind of the more established kind of power right now. Texas A&M has a new coach. Texas A&M, you never know how things are going to go. They've got a variety of different questions there. 4 points sounds about right. Yeah. I think Texas should probably be a road favorite. That would mean that on a neutral site, presumably, Texas would be a touchdown favorite.
Yeah.
Sounds about right to me. And I think Kyle Field is probably worth 3 points. So, yeah, Texas is an early favorite against A&M. And then, I want to make sure I bring this up. Okay. So everyone's going nuts over the new college football video game.
Yes.
NCAA Football 2025, I think they're calling it. Yeah, they always do the year ahead.
Yeah,
it's very car. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Cars always do that.
Yep.
Like you can buy a 2025 car right now.
Yeah, like the moment August hits, it feels like it's like there's only 25 on the lot.
NCAA College Football 2025 features a variety of different players. One of them, the cover was revealed this weekend. Quinn Ewers, the Texas quarterback, is spotlighted on the cover of the 2025 edition of NCAA Football 2025. Which will sell 1 million copies because everybody's really fired up about that. So, anyway, you can go check out all the headlines for that about Texas college football on TexasFootball.com. I want to also direct you to TexasFootball.com because there is a variety of 7-on-7 tournaments that went on this weekend, including our friends were out at one of them.
Yes.
Malpal and Carter, Malpal and Braylon were out at one of at the Arlington SQT. Went to the Ag Town, where the teams that qualified for the Arlington one. Did you see this? Did you hear about this, Kev?
I did.
North Crowley. I don't think necessarily surprised.
No, not at all. Pew pew.
And the Coppell Cowboys.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you know what I didn't think about until now?
Pew.
It is ironic because they qualified at the Arlington tournament, in which last year was the team that knocked out Arlington High School in the 7-on-7 tournaments, because you and Mallory were in a heated sideline argument over this game.
Look.
You're
all the
2
way
for
up.
2.
All the way up.
Yeah.
At the
Now
Anna
these Colts
state
gotta get it
qualifying
together.
tournament, Anna, the defending 4A Division I state champs, who are moving up to 5A, which means they will, by the way, also move up to the Division I bracket. They qualified, as well as Rockwall. Rockwall qualified at the Anna state qualifying tournament. In Division II, at the Kilgore state qualifying tournament, Kilgore won their own tournament. They were qualified, being Chapel Hill in the state in the final round. And the LaGrange tournament, LaGrange, Hampshire, Fannett, and Bay City qualified for the 7-on-7 tournament, which we will be live at there in College Station, coming here at the end of June for the state 7-on-7 tournament. You can find all the 7-on-7 information at TexasFootball.com, and those are headlines. We're at Texas Football today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football on the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Hope you'll consider going to TexasFootball.com/subscribe to become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber. Last week, I promised you that I would come up with a date of when you had to subscribe to get the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football mailed to you before it hits newsstands. I didn't do that. Never trust anybody, especially people on the internet. But I will find that out. But I know that if you subscribe today, you can get the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football mailed to you. You also get a year of Dave Campbell's Texan Live, including high school baseball, high school softball
and baseball
going on right now. You can go watch those live on your device at TexanLive.com, all for a low price. If you screwed up Mother's Day,
yeah, here's your opportunity to make up for it.
you can be like, hey, I'm sorry, like, I'll give you this. You can blame it on me. You can say, hey, you know what? I emailed Tepper. He didn't get to it in time, but here's your subscription to Dave Campbell's Texas Football. I love you, Mom.
Yes.
Blame me for your failure as a child.
Correct.
At TexasFootball.com/subscribe.
I do that often.
Coming up here in just a moment, the head coach of the Frankston Indians, Coach Paul Gould, will join us. But first, a word from these valued partners.
I feel like bustin' loose, bustin' loose. Come on, get on up. Oh yeah, get on up. Bustin' loose when you wanna sing. Bustin' loose, baby, do your thing. Talking about bustin' loose, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Potter, Executive Director of Be Well Texas. Too many people are struggling alone these days, and alcohol and drug deaths are increasing. We started Be Well Texas to offer high-quality, science-based addiction treatment and recovery services anywhere, even at home. We provide compassionate, caring support virtually or in person. In many cases, there is no cost for treatment if you don't have insurance. Really. Welcome to Be Well Texas. We're glad you're here.
Wing is the largest residential drone delivery provider in the world, delivering to your home in less than 30 minutes. Order using an app just like other popular delivery services, and Wing's automated drone takes care of the rest. It's fast, safe, and sustainable, and it's now delivering to parts of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. You can learn more at wing.com/TexasFootball. Again, that's wing.com/TexasFootball.
That's Ashley. We're pleased to be joined.
Born and bred in Texas.
Pickle. Let's go east to Anderson County to talk to the head coach of the Frankston Indians. We're joined by Coach Paul Gould. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. How are things in Frankston?
Man, they are going good.
I have no doubt you guys are a team that we have been paying pretty close attention to putting together this 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. We're really excited about what you guys have going. I'm curious, I want to go back to last year. You guys go 7-4, third place in your district, end up getting bounced in the first round. But with a relatively young team. I'm curious how you assess what you guys were able to do in 2023.
Well, 7-4 is probably not. We were coming off of a 9-3 season the year before, but we knew we were going to be really young going into the next season. 7-4 is not really where we wanted to be. We want to be a little better, but we started the year. We lost our quarterback. He transferred out about 3 weeks before the season started, so we kind of scrambled at that position early on, having to start 2 sophomores. We kind of rotated them in and out, and for us to start the season fresh with 2 really just kids that hadn't been playing that position much on the varsity level for sure. For us to go through the season and finish 7-4, I was really pleased with that. A lot of our younger kids, we played a lot of sophomores, had some freshmen in the lineup, and they got a lot of experience. And, I really felt like going through the season, seeing those guys kind of progress through the season, I really felt good about things as the season ended.
We talked about, I mentioned that we've been cautiously optimistic about what's cooking out there in Frankston. You take a look, 20 of your 29 lettermen are back, 15 of your 22 starters are back. Is there a feeling around the program right now that, okay, 2024 could be a big year for the Indians?
Yeah, the kids are excited. They've been talking a lot about football. And as crazy as that sounds, this is my 6th year there, and early on, football just wasn't a really big deal. I mean, the kids like to play it, but they never really talked a lot about it. And I just feel like this year going into the off season, and especially after realignment stuff, the kids are really excited about football season. And so I really feel like that's going to be good for us, as we go through the summer and get ready to go.
Talking with Paul Gould, the head coach of the Frankston Indians here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation at hashtag TF Today. Coach, there's a variety of players on your roster that are exciting, but I think that the guy that I would probably describe from the outset as the tip of the spear is Tyler Rogers, guy who, you're running back, linebacker, stirs the Gatorade, does a little bit of everything for you guys. He was a guy who was a 100 tackle guy last year, as well as nearly a 1,000-yard rusher, the utility MVP of their district. The numbers are impressive. What is it about Tyler Rogers that really makes him special?
Tyler, it's funny. We actually call him Coach Rogers because there's a lot of times he knows more about what's going on than we do in anything. He can scout out a team and find out about opposing players and things like that. But, the thing about Tyler is man, he is all in. He is 100% bought into everything we do. You're not going to outwork him. Kids in the weight room all the time. He's always working on something speed-wise, trying to get faster, trying to get better, always watching film. He's just exciting to be around. He's a great kid, and he loves football. It really makes our job easy when you have a kid like that on both sides of the ball that, he understands the game. He knows what's going on. He knows what we're trying to do offensively and defensively. And and to be that committed to it, it's exciting. I hear his name a lot from a lot of people, and it's very deserving because he's a tremendous football player, a tremendous kid, and I'm really excited to see what his senior year has in store for him.
Another one of the guys who I think there were a variety of guys you could consider the breakout player of last year. I would say A.J. Donnell is probably the guy that springs most to mind, who as a sophomore, the district offensive MVP. He threw for 4 touchdowns. He ran for 11 touchdowns. He caught 6 touchdowns. He did a little bit of everything. How do you guys go about deploying a guy like A.J. Donnell in a way that can most effectively use him? Because obviously he can do a little bit of everything for you guys.
Yes, sir. Well, last year, like I said, he was one of those 2 kids that we rotated in at quarterback. He's just a tremendous athlete, a great kid. We had to find a way to get him a ball. As a freshman, he come up off our JV and just was he was a dude right off the start. And so last year going into the year, I was trying to keep him at receiver, but he had a little experience at quarterback. So we worked him in at quarterback and kind of brought another kid along with him. and we were able to move him around and throw him the ball and, put him in the backfield, let him play quarterback, and, just moving him all over the field. He's an explosive football player. He he knows what to do when the ball's in his hands. He's trying to score all the time. And, I'm getting a lot of phone calls this all season from colleges that are really interested in him and really like him. So I really look for big things out of him as well going into this season.
Yeah, 6'2", 170, runs a 4.6 in the 40. The kid can flat out play. A.J. Donnell. It's Paul Gould, the head coach of the Frankston Indians, join us here. Coach, I do have to ask you before we let you go about your district, 8-2A Division I. Realignment, they threw you guys in the wood chipper, and the whole district got turned upside down. You're getting joined by a 3A drop down in Corsicana Mildred. You're getting some other teams from that neck of the woods that you haven't seen in a while in Kearns and Cayuga, a Division II promotion in Price Carlisle. It's a whole new looking district. When you take a look at 8-2A Division I, I'm curious what you see when you look at it.
Well, it's funny you say that. I haven't. Since I've been in Frankston, we haven't played any of these teams. Carlisle was in our district our first couple of years here, but other than that, Cayuga and Crossroads, Kearns, they're right down the road for us, but we haven't played them. And it's going to be interesting. We've been in their same basketball district, we've been in the same track district with them, but we've never played them in football. So we kind of know the kids, because we've seen them in other sports, but as far as seeing them in football, we hadn't seen that yet. So it's going to be really interesting. Don't know a ton about them in football, and looking forward to seeing some new guys and going to a completely new region. Don't know a lot about all the schools out here in Region 2 anymore. So, man, it's going to be fun playing our district and going into the region and just kind of seeing how everything falls out.
It's a brave new world for the Frankston Indians and their head coach, Paul Gould. Coach, we sure appreciate your time. Congratulations again on your 2023 season, and really looking forward to seeing what you guys do in 2024.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. There he goes, Paul Gould, head coach of the Frankston Indians. Join us here for Texas Football Today. Again, please buy the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, please. But that was a team that the more and more, I laid out the 2A pages this weekend. And I laid out the 2A pages this weekend, and I was reading up on them, and I'm just looking around, I'm like, man, especially in Region 2, I'm like, why not? That team has got a lot going for it. I think he's right. That is a team that's better than their record indicates. 7-4 because of the injuries they had, and they were super young. I'm bullish.
Well, and it's kind of cool to get thrown into a region that you might not know a whole lot about, because why not shake it up a little bit?
Yeah.
If you think you've got a little something special cooking, let's see what you actually got.
And that's what's going to be really interesting, is that he mentioned that we're not used to seeing these teams. They moved from District 10 to District 8, and that is a perfect example of normal people, non-dorks like you and I, Pickle, will look at that and be like, okay, what's the big deal? And yet I say District 10 to District 8, and sirens are going off in the studio, because they're flipping sides of the bracket. They're going from the National League to the American League. They're going to the AFC to the NFC. That's a huge deal. And so it'll be really interesting to see how they stack up with these teams. I'm pretty bullish on Frankston, and I think that is a team that you need to be buying a little bit of stock in heading into 2024. We appreciate Paul Gould hopping on with us. Let's go over to the mothership to talk to Gizmo for America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts.
So we talked about it a little bit earlier, but a ton of 7-on-7 content out on TexasFootball.com right now. So there's not only all of the qualifying information, but a lot of recruiting news and notes. I know there were some of those out from Anna, so I think Powers was out there. So check on that.
This has been a really fun day at the office, because we have a guest in the office.
We do.
Our chief content officer, Brooke's son, River, is running around. Now, River and I are buddies. We're tight. We're cool. And so we've been hanging out a lot today.
Poor River is deceived.
And he's been hanging out. I have a TV in my little setup over there, and so we've been watching a little Paw Patrol. Lucas the Spider, little Grizzy and the Lemmings. We were giggling. We're having a good time. We're drawing Mario Raceways. We're having a great time. So I've been having an awesome morning.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't know how much work I've gotten done, but at the same time,
worth it.
Pretty cool. Anyway, Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks again to Frankston head coach Paul Gould for being our guest. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please meet your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you tomorrow on Texas Football